When you complete a text entry into a cell, a series of events occurs. First, Excel positions the text left aligned in the cell. Left aligned means the cell entry is positioned at the far left in the cell. Therefore, in this example, the W in the worksheet title Walk and Rock Music begins at the leftmost position of cell A1. Second, when the text is longer than the width of a column, Excel displays the overflow characters in adjacent cells to the right as long as these adjacent cells contain no data or they are empty. Third, when you complete an entry by clicking the Enter box, the cell in which the text is entered remains the active cell. In Excel, you can enter numbers into cells to represent amounts. A number can contain only the following characters: 0, 1 through 9, plus sign, minus sign, parentheses, comma, front slash, period, the dollar sign, percent, capital E, and lowercase e. If a cell entry contains any other keyboard character, including spaces, Excel interprets the entry as text and will treat it as text. So, to save time, we've already entered the text into our worksheet. And again, to save time, we've already entered the numbers into the worksheet. The next step in creating the worksheet is to perform any necessary calculations, such as calculating the column and row totals. First, click cell B9 to make it the active cell, then point to the Sum button on the standard toolbar. When you enter the Sum function using the Sum button, Excel automatically selects what it considers to be your choice of the range to sum. When proposing the range to sum, Excel first looks for a range of cells with the numbers above the active cell, and then to the left. If Excel proposes the wrong range, you can correct it by dragging through the correct range before pressing the Enter key. Or you can also enter the correct range by typing the beginning cell reference, a colon, and then the ending cell reference. We also need to calculate the totals for the Southeast in cell C9, Midwest in cell D9, South in cell E9, and for the West in cell F9. The easiest way to copy the sum formula for these cells is to use the fill handle. The fill handle is the small black square located in the lower right corner of the heavy border around the active cell. With cell B9 active, point to the fill handle, drag the fill handle to select the destination area, range C9 to F9 to display a shaded border around the destination area, range C9 to F9, and the source area, cell B9. Do not release the mouse button. When you copy one range to another, Excel displays an autofill option button. The autofill option button allows you to choose whether or not you want to copy the values from the source area to the destination area with formatting, without formatting, or copy only the format. To view the available fill options, click the Autofill Options button. The Autofill Options button disappears when you begin another activity. The next step in building the worksheet is to determine the quarterly sales for each product type and total quarterly sales for the company in column G. To calculate these totals, you use the sum function, the same as it was to use the quarterly sales. We will use the fill handle once again to copy the formula. While you are building a worksheet in a workbook, the computer stores it in memory. When you save a workbook, the computer places it on a storage medium such as a USB flash drive, CD, or hard disk. A saved workbook is referred to as a file. A file name is a name assigned to a file when it is saved. It's really important to save your workbook frequently. In the next section, we'll format the worksheet and insert a chart.